Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of I Love You, Colonel Sanders. So far, this has been one of the better received games so far, so happy to get back into it. I'm joined today, yet again, by Isabel
Hello.
and Maddie.
Yodels.
And let's get right back into it. And we should just be right back to where we were last time. So, 3, 2, 1, and... Okay, we're back. Wow, that was really quick. Okay. So, alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. We have 3 options here. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment, and try and identify every flavor, savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart, or swim towards the light.
I feel like where the first two are so similar, it'll lead to a game over.
I feel like the first one will just make him mad at trying to figure out his recipe. But I don't know about the other two.
I think that if we swim toward the light, we're either gonna die or go back to the place we were before, which was back in the cafeteria. Or we could savor the moment. I kind of want to try and identify every flavor. Should we try that? Let's try and...
Bill was right.
You can try.
Let's try and identify every flavor. You let the flood rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt, maybe? Pepper, too obvious. Or pepper, too obvious. Oregano, basil, maybe. But there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper, deeper, deeper. Yes, even deeper still, until you find it. Could it be blank?
Oh, come on.
He really did it. How bold, how adventurous to use blank.
Hot turds.
What is that blank? You try and go even deeper into the sea of flavors, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet, now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one noticed that you traveled through space and time. After testing his food, you try and get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Well, we only have one option here, and that is to approach. Approach the Colonel.
It's gonna go badly.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh well. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? This semster's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other.
Look at his face. He's disgusted.
Yup. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what? You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient. But you can't tell. I use...
Rat poison.
It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Gets rid of all of my enemies. Rat poison! Wow! I'm sorry, KFC. It's just the first thing that came into her head, and so we're going with it. I'm sorry. Also, please sponsor me. I'd be honored.
I don't think so.
They probably won't. I'm sorry, KFC. We'll make it something better. You-
Mouse turd.
Nothing that could lead to harm, Maddie. We're trying to get on their nice side now. I want them to sponsor me, okay?
No.
Oh, you'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you search. And blank definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before, but now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell the Colonel that. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapped up in the huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared while everyone else is in the cafeteria. You decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again? Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure out now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. So we can do one of 3 things. Neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea. Add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful.
Be modest and thoughtful.
Yeah.
Modest but thoughtful? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention.
See?
The flavors were complex but confronting. The interplay between salty, savory, and pepper. It was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Justin. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know that we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven, and all the tools and ingredients they could need.
Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no! We have to show our stuff! What if I totally blow it?
You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations.
Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. Oh, that is so awesome. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off.
Naturally, Miriam looks over to you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2? That is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner?
Aw.
Sure, Justin. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice.
Hello, new partner.
Beep, boop, bzz.
Oh my! 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose.
It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Pop
Clank.
or Clank?
Clank.
Okay. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today.
It's okay. I already ate.
It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Crank is Happy Robot.
Oh.
Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet.
Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him.
Bzz.
Tissue? I hardly know you.
Clank judders, and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork.
Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we are going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and dive up the steps. Divide up the steps. Sorry.
The little Poochie is giving us orders.
Oh no. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea.
No we don't. Not when you speak in metaphor. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders?
Oh no.
Something
Steak
chicken.
tartare? Seems easy enough. It's fancy, but you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy.
Your grandmother.
The mashed potatoes
Yes.
and gravy.
I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy. I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. And maybe something else. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Please, Colonel, don't talk in tongue twisters.
Oh no.
Just looking at you is tongue twistery enough.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders?
Yes, you.
We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business.
Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off my man. I hate this girl.
Did someone call for me?
Oh. Ugh, no, jeez, Von. While I'm over here crushing Justin's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember?
Colonel Sanders returns, arm full of peeled potatoes. He tossed them into the boiling water and turns his attention towards you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Von. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no. It just looked like Justin was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it.
Colonel Sanders does not look happy at what Ashley said.
Oh,
Or what Von said.
Look at the vein in his head.
I know. He is not happy in the slightest.
Don't be rude, Von.
Yeah, Ashley.
Yeah, Ashlar. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. Oh, I don't like her. But, Colonel, if you ask me, I might be a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station.
Wow, she has such a brown nose.
Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Ugh. What is with the weird connections?
Chicken jokes.
Yeah. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel, if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie, who always has your back.
Miriam.
Do we go with the bestie or the hunk?
I don't know. I don't know how this would turn out.
I
And
d-
surely we must be in a new chapter by now.
Oh yeah, probably.
Hmm.
So if we don't like the outcome, we could go back.
Yeah.
No, we're
Miriam?
sticking with our decisions, okay?
Okay. So that makes this even harder.
Yeah. I want to say if we
Hmm.
turn to Sanders... because if we turn to Sanders, then he's either going to like that we turned to him or dislike us because we didn't turn to our friend. And instead turn to him. And
we
Miriam...
could lose
Miriam...
Miriam as a friend if we keep continuing to ignore her like this.
Yeah, but I'm fine with that if I get this hunk of a man.
Miriam?
So that's... I guess we have to turn to Miriam. You turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over.
Somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy them.
She's about to go Super Saiyan 3 on Ashley.
Oh my goodness!
Actually, I think that Ashley and Von Von were just leaving.
Leaving you in the dust. Vis-a-vis my skill as a chef, perhaps, but stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken.
Uh-oh, I don't think Sanders
Oh,
liked...
he got mad.
Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Justin is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize, in fact, that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand, holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which he pours a smooth brown gravy smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy floats down the mound of mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still for about the 4th time in this game.
Oh my goodness.
If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a helping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting something against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face.
Beautiful.
Von Von, do something! Do something!
Scooping up a fingerful, Von Von tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Oh no! Hold right there, Justin. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders and I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Bakugo.
Can I have Potato's face?
Von Von rushes over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potato. Oh, hold on.
Is that an axe?
Yep.
Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors.
That's hardcore if you're a Viking.
Helpful. The star in the...
Wasn't that an option to make it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was.
You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy.
The interrupting student rushes at Von Von and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate.
No, don't!
Gosh.
Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and might have turned in the process. The results could be toxic.
Too late. It's been eaten.
Oh my gosh. Me.
Oh no!
I think I left something in the oven.
Oh.
I don't feel so good. It killed him!
Everyone, step back! Don't take another bite!
When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for a moment, then is immediately back to his oblivious self.
Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
Well, that strikes out rat poison as one of the 11 herbs and spices. Because then Pop would have realized the
Von
taste.
made it.
Huh?
Von made it.
Yeah, I was meaning the 11 herbs and spices in the chicken.
Ah,
Ah,
does eliminate it.
yeah. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds.
Stupid.
I'm not sure the professors here make enough money.
Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here.
Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student on all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home.
What? Like, for real? Oh, come on.
You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room.
Oh.
At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not great representations of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking's obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Justin? There's something I need to tell you.
Hold it right there.
Oh no.
There's something I did tell you first.
Oh, jeez.
You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would become the greatest chef the world has ever seen.
Ooh, the Colonel's mad.
This is... I'm getting flashbacks to someone for some reason. Huh. Maybe some kind of movement might be about to start.
And every day since, I've been working towards that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like so many.
We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star.
Hey, no, you? Shut up. I'm the one here to say that inspirational stuff and be the star. Dory.
Yeah, him with his Super Saiyan going hair.
Yeah.
Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that.
I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh.
We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero.
Yep,
Oh my goodness.
definitely the hero. The hero that will be
Yeah.
in prison for the rest of his life. Once the cops get a hold of him.
Oh my goodness.
Maddie, do you want to take this one? I think you
The
have.
sport monster is here to fight the hero.
What is that?
I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds.
What is that thing?
It's the Spork Monster. Also, how dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level? Be afraid. Be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see?
Were you,
Um,
were you trying to
You
do this?
took her part.
Oh, hold on. Oops. Oops, I didn't even realize to change character because both their names are so long. Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fighting sequence.
Oh
What
my
will you do?
God.
Guys, do we attack or defend? Attack? I say we attack first.
Yeah.
We decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love? Because that's our only attack.
Yeah. Cook with love.
Oh my gosh.
Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. We can defend or attack, huh?
Defend.
Okay. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay. Sure. You do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself.
What?
They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? I guess we have to cook with love. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses ulti tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Well, I guess we... Oh, hold on, we can buff up too. No one can control this much buffness. You start to feel bloated and, quite frankly, a little gassy. You better attack soon, or you're likely to explode. You decide to go on the attack. Chow down or cook with love? Let's chow down.
Chow down.
Chow down does 2 damage. A powerful blow. Spork Monster's oozing cheese sauce on the lawn and quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summoned an energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot pie power punch! Pinch! Not punch, pinch!
Oh, that.
Pot pie power pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy, finish him, or spare this wretched beast.
I think he would be much better if he spared it.
Oh yeah, I'm with sparing him. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Begone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow.
I won't forget this, and I certainly won't back like you said.
The spork monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on its cover. You open the cover to find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar.
What if it's that student?
It might be. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Oh no, we're going into a coma! Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you didn't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy.
How do you know where we lived?
We live on campus. So I
You
guess
do?
that would be why.
Okay.
You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled over you as you are tucked in tightly.
Oh.
Good night, my colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird.
Oh, the ghost!
You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe that he really used blank.
Rat poison.
It's not rat poison, we've been over this! And then there was the secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
Like him or like?
Oh no.
I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him.
Oh no.
We got to talking after class. He's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in this high school?
No, but that does make complete sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. Oh, he was his own convertible.
I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. You got a thing now. Your thing now.
Don't forget the price of $999,999 per day.
Oh my goodness. I
We
forgot
do-
about that.
We definitely connected yesterday.
You sure did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients?
No! He's gonna be so mad.
However, you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient?
Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're all alone before continuing. Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot.
She's gonna
dot,
ask
dot,
for
dot.
it.
So, this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even got me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and then if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own.
Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcases with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. Because there's rat poison.
I think you're being liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Oh no.
Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about the new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone.
Please, please, please.
Don't.
It means the world to me. No one has to know I came from you or from Colonel Sanders. Make up a fake ingredient.
I say
You
we
should make up a fake ingredient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do?
I am Newt? Wow.
Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. On a horse, because this is the 1930s, and everyone travels by horse because they're too poor to afford a car because of the Great Depression.
Oh my goodness.
I think this is about where we're gonna leave off today.
Aww.
I know it was a little bit short. Also, we hopefully should have a sound. We should hopefully have some game sound. If not, then there'll be an iCard or something towards the beginning of the video. But I hope you guys liked it and everything. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Or you don't have to do any of those things. It'd help, but we don't control what you do, so it's all up to you and what you do. So you do you and keep doing you. Well, have a nice day. See y'all
Bye.
next time.
Bye.